Hi everyone, welcome back to Gen and Bren, and thank you so much for joining us. We're going to talk about the best time of year to go to Disney. I feel like that's my #1 question to get, and it really varies a lot depending on family to family and person to person, but from our experience, anytime you go is a good time. But I think
so
if you're wanting to avoid the crowds, avoid Christmas,
Yes.
the week of Christmas. But I think summer's a good time to go. Nice sunshine. It is really hot, but
I mean, we try to coincide with vacations for us. We have 2 weeks in March, which is a good time to go. It can also be busy because it's spring break, so that's a tough one.
I think it's always going to be busy.
It's always busy.
It's always busy. I think we have a different vacation than they do. We've been going in our February break, which is nice. You get a break from the never-ending New Hampshire winter.
It's not always warm though.
No,
The
and that's
winters
the
are cold
downside.
in Orlando.
It can be really hit or miss. You can have some great weather, but we've had years where it could be a little chilly to use the pool. So it's something to keep in mind when you're picking your resort in February. Our April break I do like because it is going to be hot, and like I said, it's still never-ending winter here. But
We used to go growing up, because I've gone my whole life. We used to go the first week of school in September.
which is a great
And it
time to
was
go crowd-wise.
Dead. Completely dead. Nobody's on vacation. Everybody's back in school. Everybody at Florida is back in school.
Yep.
Nobody's there because everybody's starting their new routine wherever they are.
Yeah.
So we all, growing up every year, we would go in September, and it was the best crowd-wise. And weather. The weather was fine.
It's going to be hot for
Yeah.
sure, September still, but yeah. This year, I will put a little asterisk. Star Wars Land is opening August 29th, so crowds could be different than their
People
normal
might be waiting. They
to
could
go.
plan it around that.
But I think normally, crowd-wise, yeah, end of August, beginning of September will be a fabulous time to go.
Yeah, I agree. And Food and Wine's happening in September.
Yeah, they start Food and Wine now, like in August,
Right.
and it goes till
So
mid-November.
I guess it depends what you want. If you want to go to Florida to get away from the winter or the cold, I mean, it's not a guarantee. I think if you want to go crowd-wise, I'd go in the fall.
Yeah.
But now that, because Food and Wine has become so popular, I'm not sure if even
And the
September...
Halloween, yeah, the Halloween party starts in August now, which is crazy. But between Food and Wine and the Halloween party, October can be very busy. Beginning of September is still nice, crowd-wise, but yeah.
My dad is texting me saying you couldn't get fast passes for Frozen at Epcot. So even now we're texting about fast passes.
Tell him we had it, but then he didn't change her mind.
Yes, which is sad. My youngest has chosen Test Track over Frozen. It's come. It's finally come.
This has happened.
It happens, you know?
Instead of seeing the princesses, the priorities have switched.
Yep. Sad, but I'm okay with that.
It's okay.
I'm okay
And
with
I
it.
think you'll still be able to go and do the Frozen ride.
Mhm.
I think because it's a fan favorite of littles, it'll be popular at the beginning of the day.
Yeah, maybe the end of the night.
The end of the day.
Maybe.
And like I said, my little trick is they fabricate the time. So if it says an hour, it doesn't necessarily mean it's an hour.
It's a good tip.
You have to look at the line and ask the cast member,
Mhm.
like, hey, how long is this line really?
Yeah.
And they're
So we chose this time to go, and we chose June, the beginning of June, because my daughter was graduating 8th grade, and she really wanted to go for 8th grade graduation, but also because the rest of the schools aren't out yet. So we're out of school already, but a lot of schools still go through June. So we chose now, hoping it won't be busy, and that we'd have good
our
weather.
school, we're still in school for another week, and we would never have planned in June because we don't know about snow days, where this year we lucked out, but we normally get at least 4 or 5 snow days. We only had 1 this year, and so we're only going until June 14th, where normally we could be going an extra week. So we would not have planned a Disney vacation because God only knows, we could have had a snow day in April. That has happened before.
It has happened. And yeah, that last week of school is always so crazy. You don't want to miss that last week of school.
No, especially now. Both of our kids are graduating 8th grade. You can't miss the 8th grade dinner dance, the
Right.
graduation, all the special things that are going on. So
Hopefully it won't be busy. So yeah, my choices would be the fall because I like food and wine. The weather's pretty much guaranteed in the fall. Hopefully the beginning of June, this will be a good time. I'm kind of staying away from the dead of winter, even though January is dead crowd-wise. It's great, I feel. The weather isn't going to be the warmest.
no, it'll be warmer than New Hampshire.
Yes.
But then you risk getting out. You could be hitting snow or ice trying to fly out. So that flying out in the winter is always a little tricky, but it is nice to get that break.
Right. But for everybody else, I mean, if you want to go in January, it's a good crowd.
Yeah, and
time.
Epcot has, I really want to go. They have the Festival of the Arts now in January, which I think would be a lot of fun. We've been at the end of August before, and I think it's crazy to go. It's wicked hot, but it could be just as hot here in New Hampshire. And crowds, because the southern schools have gone back, if you have kids in high school or college that play a fall sport, they have to be back at school. So it's a good time to go crowd-wise.
Or if you're doing any of the races, you really don't have a choice. You're going to have to go around when the races are, but if that's your option.
Yeah, I'm going for the race in October. I cannot wait. I think it'll be so fun.
I would love to go and join you and just not race.
Yeah, you guys should just come. Grown-up trip.
Sprinklers are on.
Okay, watering the grass.
So yeah, I think those are my picks.
Yeah, mine too. So yeah, thanks so much for joining. Let me know, when would you pick your ideal time to go to Walt Disney World? Leave a comment below. I will leave all of our social media links, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.